Hi, I'm Conor Campbell, agronomist for Hutchinson's. I'm just back here at the Boston Barns trial site to have a look at some of our key varieties that we're focusing on this year in both the wheats and the barleys ahead of our T2 timing in the wheats. So the first key variety I'd like to stop at is KWS Firefly. This is a high yielding group 3 with a 9 for yellow rust and a 7 for septoria. This is the untreated plot that we're looking at. Being able to find some yellow rust on leaf 3. With the way the leaves are coming out this year, they're all very close together and it wouldn't take much for that yellow rust to move up the plant rapidly. The next plot I'd like to stop at is LG Skyscraper. This is a high yielding soft group 4 with an 8 for yellow rust and a 5 for septoria. The dry weather has helped to keep the septoria at bay, so this untreated plot is looking remarkably clean. This is a particularly tall variety, especially if you compare it to the likes of Sundance on its left hand side. But you shouldn't let that put you off. It's a very, very good standard for that extra height that it's got. And finally, I would just like to stop at KWS Parkin. This is a new variety which is tipped with being a Grafton replacement. It is early ripening, particularly short and stiff strawed. This is the untreated plot. It's a 5.5 for septoria, but is actually looking remarkably clean, probably being helped by the dry weather. So now we're in the winter barley plots. The untreated plots are on the left hand side and the treated plots are on the right. As you can see now, we have awns emerging, even ears emerging on some varieties. So this will be getting an ear spray that will include chlorothalonil for ramularia protection. Big changes this year with chlorothalonil as the last use update approaches next Wednesday, the 20th of May. Chlorothalonil is at the minute the best active ingredient that we have to help prevent against ramularia infection. We're starting to see resistance build up to SDHIs and triazoles. So there'll be big changes next year when we don't have chlorothalonil for ramularia protection. We'll be looking at other multi-sites such as Fulpet, which is needed at a higher rate to get the equivalent protection. So the first variety I'd like to stop at is Valerie. This is a reasonably new 2-row variety with very high specific weight and exceptionally low screenings. This is the untreated Valerie plot. It is rated 6 for mildew, rhynchosporium and net blotch. You can see the lower leaves here starting to die off, but generally speaking, as we look up the plant, it is pretty clean and is showing good disease resistance. The next variety I would like to stop at is Kingsbarn. This again is a relatively new variety with a good all-round disease package, high yield and high specific weight. We're currently looking at the untreated plot. If we take a closer look at the untreated plot here, we can see the brown rust on the lower leaves and they are beginning to die off, although as we move up the plant it is relatively clean. And if we look at the treated plot, we can see that our T1 application has worked very well. We have no brown rust at all and the lower leaves are staying greener.